pages for it to say that we're good. Okay, we are live. Hey guys, how you going? So down BKRsport. We are live. Second game of the preseason day on here Friday. That wasn't really great English, but we're still moving along regardless. The Cowboys, they're playing a pretty much full-strength team. And the Panthers, obviously, they're not, because the Cowboys, they, luckily enough for them, got a preseason game last week because they're obviously off to Vegas. So they got the earlier matchups. They played the Bulldogs and they won 34-30 in that matchup, getting the win there with a largely inexperienced team, but still had some decent players in their lineup in that game. But they won 34-30 last week, and this is their last preseason game before in 2 weeks' time they will be going across to Las Vegas to be taking on the Newcastle Knights in an early game that doesn't exactly give you a whole bunch of faith that it's going to be an absolute belter. But either way, we'll get some official regular season rugby league underway in that one. On the other hand, like I said, the Panthers didn't play last week. This is their first preseason game, and you can see that with the team that they have put forward today. So let's get through these two team lineups, guys, and then we'll get into the chat and see what you are saying. Obviously, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new around here, and let's get into it. So the Cowboys, they are coming here from BB Prince Stadium in Mackay, and the Panthers obviously travelling. The ins for the Cowboys, Braden Burns, Cohen Hess, Ethan King, Jason Tamalolo, Matthew Lodge, Murray Talangi, Reid Marnie, Ruben Cotter, Scott Drinkwater, Sonny Luke, and Tom Did. They're in with the outs being Atasi James, Credence Toya, Isaiah Latu, Joseph Doyle, Caden Lars, Maddox Goodwin, Mason Girra, Matthew Watts, Mitchell Prest, Ronald Filatoga, Tyler Moriarty, Wedemru Gregg, Xavier Kerrisk, and Zach Hertigan as the out. So a lot of changes from their first preseason hit out. Their fullback is Scott Drinkwater, with the wingers being Braden Burns and Murray Taulagi. Centres of Jackson Purdue and Zach Labour. You go to the 5'8", which is Jake Clifford. The halfback, Tom Dearden, who is the captain. The front row forwards are Cohen Hess and Jason Tamalolo. Number 9, Reid Marnie. Back row of Harlem Lukey and Sammy McIntyre. 13 is Ruben Cotter, with the interchange being Sonny Luke, Thomas McKaylee, Matthew Lodge, and it doesn't have who the number 17 is here. I'm sure they'll have a 17, but it doesn't have his name on the team list. And then you go to the reserves, who you will see feature today: Liam Sutton, Mason Barber, Kai O'Donnell, Harrison Edwards, Jackson Bolo, Robert Derby, Ethan King, and then there is no names for the 25, 26, and 27. Todd Payton obviously is the coach. This Cowboys team, you're going to see the first hit out at the very least for Reid Marnie coming across from the Canterbury Bulldogs. He is here, and hopefully we can see him get back to his previous form. When he was at the Eels was obviously his best days, but ultimately this is his first hit out here for the Cowboys after his Canterbury Bulldogs stint. That was a bit of a weird one that he was let go last year, but they did want to go into a different 9 direction, even though they haven't really sorted out their number 9 there, the Bulldogs. So yeah, very interesting overall there. But look, this Cowboys team realistically should be expecting to win today. They should be expecting to win. There is no doubt about that. They've got a full-strength team here, basically, and should be going on with a W. Compared to the Panthers, where their first preseason hit-out game, their fullback is Jackson Edgar. The wingers are Jesse McLean and Nick Murphy, with the centres being Patrick Moy and Sione Fanua. The 5'8" is Keon Skips, and the halfback Kurt Falls. Front row forwards are Delahia Wigmore and Toby Crosby. Number 9, Billy Scott. The back row is Kauri Clark and Kalani Going, with the 13 being Billy Phillips. Interchange of Jensen Tueoi, Jacob Vailalo, Via Tapatautai, Harry Armstrong. This is going to be a difficult name to... I'm going to do my best here, guys. Tua Omali Mavai Taualau. Tua Mali Mavai Taualau. Patea. Number 18. The number 19 is Isaiah Scanlon. Number 20 is Hoka Fonu Lamoto. Then you got Gira Lydiard, Bray Porter, Hami Loza, Josh Ruxton, Cameron Kanan, Samuel Curtin, and Tyson Sangalang. That was a difficult team list to pronounce, but I did my best there, lads. I did my best. That was that was not easy. I'm going to try this again. Tuau Mali Mavai Tawalau Patea. Tuau Mali Mavai Towalau Patea. Did my best there. Look, the guys you're going to see on a regular basis with the Panthers, there's pretty much nobody here. Jesse McLean may be there or thereabouts, but outside of that, there quite literally is nobody else, man. There's literally nobody else that you're going to see on a regular basis for this Panthers team. This is a completely inexperienced and young squad that's just been thrown out there to have a hit out in the first preseason game for them. The Cowboys should win this. If they consider themselves to be at least half competitive this year, they should be winning this game by like 30. This is a full-strength Cowboys up against a Panthers team that doesn't have a single starter in their lineup. And Jesse McLean's probably the only name you really know. You would have heard Jackson Edgar's name there or thereabouts. You would have heard Kurt Fall's name. Sione Fanua, you may have heard his name. It's just a very young and inexperienced team here for the Panthers going up against the full-strength Cowboys team. Prediction-wise, you'd be saying Cowboys win this by an absolute mozza. They have to be winning this by an absolute mozza. It's not going to be easy for this Panthers team, especially with this being up at Mackay as well. But we'll see how the hit-out does go. There's 9 minutes until the game kicks off here, guys. Hit that like button, subscribe if you are new around here, and let's crack on with some Rugby League to finish off the day. And then we've got tomorrow. We've got a massive day. Tomorrow, massive day. 4 NRL preseason games will be on tomorrow, with those games being, let me one second, those games will be Warriors, Manly early days, then you got Tigers, Roosters, Knights, Bulldogs, and Dragons, Rabbitohs before we will stream for New Zealand versus South Africa in the T20 World Cup. Later on tonight, we'll be streaming USA versus Netherlands in the T20 World Cup. Unfortunately, we've had to miss that Australia game, but I'm kind of glad because Australia, unfortunately, they're not going to win that game. They did definitely struggle there. They did definitely struggle overall. But like I said, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and let's get into the chat. Lee Bowden says, go to Cowboys. Full-time Story says, hoping Harlem Lukey has a big season and stays injury-free. Yeah, well, he's the one that you have to watch. Like, if you're looking for the Cowboys here today on a must-watch factor, for the Cowboys, it'd be... you want to see Tom Dearden really get it going, but I'm going to go away from the obvious there. But then again, this is basically their full-strength roster. Must-watch is Harlem Lukey for sure. Obviously, Reid Marnie, he's starting in that number 9 position. Starting in the number 9. And then you'd probably be looking for Jake Clifford in the 5'8" to see what he does there, considering this is a full-strength Cowboys team. For the Panthers... we'd probably say the ones to look out for would be Jesse McLean on the basis that he is, guys, I'm just going to quickly get ahead of this in the chat. I understand there's cricket on, but please respect the Rugby League viewers on this channel, like the Rugby League viewers respect the cricket on this channel. Please understand that overall, this is a Rugby League stream, and we do plenty of cricket, so please, get into the cricket and whatnot when the cricket's on, but please don't focus on cricket in the chat when we are watching the Rugby League, because at the end of the day, we are here for an NRL stream, and then we've got cricket later where you can slap down Australia, you can do whatever you want later on. For the time being, just please understand the channel that we are not streaming the cricket as we currently speak, so let's really focus more so on the Rugby League until we are doing that cricket stream, okay? So the 3 guys here for the Panthers that I'll be looking towards would be Jesse McLean, maybe a guy like Sione Fanua, I've seen his name there or thereabouts, and then Kurt Falls in the 7, but like the 7 isn't even a dubious spot whatsoever at the Panthers. Like Nathan Cleary's obviously their guy, and Blaze Salung is obviously their 5'8", so I guess Kurt Falls comes down to the depth department in regards to the thought process there. I think it comes down to thinking who would come in if Cleary got injured. Maybe you look at a Kalani going as the back rower to see if he could be on the thought process overall, but it's just really difficult to get a read on this Panthers team because you just don't know a great deal of who a lot of these guys are, and these are the games where you start to figure out who a lot of these guys are. So I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see these young boys have a go here, but overall it is very difficult for the Panthers to see a lot about their team until we get this game underway here. James, Cowboys 40+. Angus Fall says, you expecting the Broncos to put a score on Hull? I don't know, mate. That game's on at a very early time. So Hull apparently lost yesterday to York. It'll be completely different conditions there for the Broncos. We haven't seen a team from the Australians actually win over there against the Super League in a while because the Panthers just didn't do it. They just don't take it seriously. So hopefully they take it seriously by going across there to England and taking on Hull, but I don't really know how to read that game. Like, surely the Broncos, they do have a they do have a fantastic roster, and they do have a lot of pace, and they do punch teams in the mouth in the NRL. But I just don't know how seriously they're going to take it. I don't know how seriously they're going to take it. Jaden says, can the Cowboys make the top 8 this year? I don't think so at all. I think that their roster is nowhere close to a top 8 team. I think they're super in purgatory right now. You know, name me 8 teams that they're better at than last year in regards to the top 8. Who are the teams? Because if you're asking me my thoughts in regards to 2025, I'll go back here and get the ladder up again. Let's try and see who we can put them above. With a team that, you know, the halves are definitely a worry. Like, Tom Dearden's obviously fantastic, but getting that partnership alongside Tom Dearden is the concern. The 1 through 5 leaks points like no tomorrow, but can score points, and then the forwards are okay at best. So they're in a bit of purgatory, the Cowboys. But if you're looking at the top 8 teams from last year, I don't have them better than the Raiders. I don't have them better than the Storm. I don't have them better than the Broncos. I don't have them better than the Sharks. I don't have them better than the Panthers. I don't have them better than the Roosters. And I don't think they're as good as the Bulldogs. And I also don't think that they're better than a few teams that aren't even in the top 8, man. So, no, I don't think the Cowboys are a top 8 team by any stretch of the imagination this year. But, you know, go and prove me wrong. Go and prove me wrong in regards to it. Sean says, maybe not a win for the Panthers. Probably not today. Probably not today, but I'm really high on the Panthers this year. They've got just such an electric team, such an unbelievable team, and they should be getting the job done and putting themselves into a top 4 spot and rocketing back into everybody's mindset. You know, everyone was off and based off of that early part of the season last year. Second part of the season, they were incredible and put themselves into a preliminary final, but the first half of the season, they were absolutely awful. So, you know, people forgot how good this team was. They came back, they put themselves into the finals, they got themselves to the preliminary final. They were literally up, what was it, 14-0 or 12-0 against, let's go back and have a look at that. Was it 12 or 14-0 against the Broncos before the Broncos did what they do best, and they come back like a train. We'll see if they can do it again this year in regards to those comebacks. But it was 14-0, and the Broncos came running back to 16-14. So yeah, the first half was all Panthers, and the second half was all Broncos. So they were literally 40 minutes away. Well, actually, no, sorry, they were 5 minutes away from still seeing a grand final again for their 5th consecutive season. No, sorry, that would have been for their 6th consecutive season, because 2020 they were grand final, they lost. 21 they won, 22 they won, 23 they won, 24 they won, and then that would have been their 6th consecutive grand final. But obviously, with 5 minutes to go, Dean Mariner did score, and then Adam Reynolds slotted the kick from the sideline to take the Broncos through to the grand final. So they were only 5 minutes away from doing it again, despite how poor their season was, despite how much troubles they did face. At the end of the day, they were still only 5 minutes away from going 6 consecutive grand finals in a row. But there should be no concerns in regards to the Cowboys winning today. While we will have our criticism and concerns for the Cowboys long term this season, in this preseason game, there shouldn't be a concern. If this game is even close, if this game is mildly close at any point, you'd definitely be worrying about the Cowboys even more so this year. You'd hold 1 second. You would have even a far more significant amount of concerns about the Cowboys this year if they were to lose this game or to struggle to get the job done and make it a close game overall. That would really hit you hard on the old mental for them. But no, I think they should win this game pretty comfortably. And the same thing goes for a couple of games tomorrow as well, I'm pretty certain. Like tomorrow, we've got Warriors, Manly. No, that's not the one that I'm looking at there. Tigers, Bulldogs. Well, at least those two teams in Vegas who are going to probably play pretty strengthy sides. At least those two teams are playing each other. Dragons, Rabbitohs. Dragons, they'll probably have a pretty full strength team, whilst the Rabbitohs won't. So you'll see, surely the Dragons get a pretty good win against the Rabbitohs tomorrow. Yeah, there's not many at all for the Rabbits that will... Well, there's still a decent amount, actually. They've still got Peter Mamazelis playing. They'll have Ashen Ward there, who may be in their halves. You've also got Lachlan Hubner, who featured quite a bit for them last year. Jamie Humphries is at least on the bench there. Sean Kepic, Tavita Totola. They've got a couple of guys there, but ultimately the Dragons are pretty much full strength tomorrow against the Rabbitohs because they played their preseason game last week. So that's why it's a bonus and a benefit here that we're seeing the Knights and Bulldogs play tomorrow because it doesn't kind of ruin a game outside of that. Those two teams will actually make a game there by playing basically full strength teams in their final hit out. But all right, the game has started here. The Cowboys will kick it off, and the Panthers are going to bring this ball back to the 10 with a big hit. Obviously, guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you are new around here. I don't know why we're seeing another comment from about Tom Weaver here. It's just such a random name to continuously bring up. The guy's in England. Why are you obsessed with Tommy Weaver? Like, why does he keep getting brought up? I should actually refresh this ladder too so that you can see that the Raiders are now on top compared to the Titans. So we'll put that there, and there we go. You can see the top 8. Titans in second, firing, mate. Absolutely firing, but the Raiders with a really, really dominant win over the Storm before puts them right up into the top of the table. So the Panthers will kick this ball off, and the Cowboys will grab it to the 25. Murray Talangi, he brings it out to the 35 on first tackle. At least this makes it easier for me. It makes it really easy for me here with the Cowboys playing a full-strength team because I know exactly who is playing for them at all times. While for the Panthers, I will have to keep going back to the team list to figure out who it is. And God forbid that, was it 21? God forbid he scores. What was his name again? The number 18, Tuau Malima Vaitoalau Patea. God forbid he scores, man. And I'll obviously just call him Patea. 4th tackle with the Cowboys at the 35, and Sammy McIntyre will bring this ball to the 30 on 5th tackle. Business says, can you put on the game? You're literally looking for an illegal stream, mate. You know it's illegal due to broadcasting restrictions. Panthers will grab the ball at the 5, and that will be first tackle. Good take there from them. Under a bit of pressure as well, but this is good defense from the Cowboys, rocketing up in the line. I played footy with Panthers number 25, little brother, for a couple of years. Used to watch this guy after I played my games. Was always standing out at fullback. Number 25 for the Panthers, Cameron Kainan. And knock on here for the Panthers. The Cowboys will get the early win. And they're going to be on the attack, 13 metres out. Huge little start here. Huge little start. A job always helps. When you're looking for an illegal stream and then you're surprised that somebody isn't illegally streaming it on his YouTube. 3 minutes in here, Cowboys with the chance to start off with a bang. It will be Sammy McIntyre who rolls it back to Reed Marnie. Want to see a big game out of Reed today? Jason Tamalolo, he'll be 5 metres out. Pronounced like Karnan. Karnan? Or Karnan. Is it Karnan? That's right. Cowboys here. They will score very, very quickly. Braden Burns with the try time, and this is well and truly expected here. 4-0 with a kick to come. Braden Burns with the try time. 4-0 after just the 3 minutes. After just the 3 minutes there. Cowboys are in, and this is just like a training run for them. This should be a training run. They honestly... The first half is where you'll see all these first stringers. In the second half, you'll see that most of them come off. But this first half will be pretty ugly. Full-time story says Drinkwater has been rubbish the past few seasons. His defense is very, very vulnerable. His defense is not great. But his attack is very exciting to watch. Scott Drinkwater is one of the better attacking fullbacks across the league. It's just that defense that unfortunately hounds into him, which is what you see from a lot of fullbacks, obviously. But his defense isn't exactly fantastic. Like, you look at a defense of Dylan Edwards, you love it. Tommy Trbojevic, you do love it when he's healthy. There's some really good defensive fullbacks across the comp. Even Gutho's not an attacking fullback, but he's more of a defensive fullback. Can be susceptible at times too, but overall his defense is more consistent. But unfortunately, Drinkwater, his defense just isn't fantastic, and that's been his biggest killer blow. Full-time story says defense and kick returns. It's actually crazy how they never read the room, Jay. It's actually ridiculous. Full-time story says defense and kick returns. His kick returns result in negative meters. Yeah, and that will be a negative meters is wild. And that'll be a missed kick. That will be a missed kick. But no, he's not the hardest of the ball runners back. That's why the Cowboys do have those problems in those 1 through 5. Lagan says, best thing about Drinkwater is that he's one of the biggest X factors in the game due to his electric attack. He is electric on the attack. He's very exciting to watch, but it's just in regards to his defense, that's the thing that we just keep on going back to. And the Cowboys, they need to fix their defense. For the last couple of years, it's just been continuously downwards trajectory. You go back to 2022 when they had their really good season. Their defense, they only gave up 361 points. And then you go to 2023 for the Cowboys, and the Cowboys dropped off to giving up, hold on, let's go to round 27. Around 27, Cowboys gave up 542 points, so 180 points. 180 points extra they gave up. And then in 2024, the Cowboys gave up 568, so even worse. It's 200 worse off points than when they did well in 2022. And then last year, they gave up 684 points. So every year has just been a massive downward trajectory in regards to their defense. And that's what they need to fix, because the Cowboys are definitely an attacking team. Danielle says, come on the Panthers. Well, it's going to be a hard one for them today with a largely inexperienced team, fully inexperienced team. Oh, Tommy Dean right on through, and take it down 3 meters out. Good defense there from Jackson Edgar in the fullback. Scott Drinkwater take notes. And fit tackle. Wow, how Tom Dearden got stopped there. You thought he was over for all money. But they'll be held up over the line, and it's going to be Cowboys ball, fit tackle at the 10. Fit tackle at the 10. Reid Marnie to Tom Dearden. This is the kind of game where you really lock in your attack, and that should be a try time for the Cowboys. Jackson Purdue will score, and it's 8-0 with a kick to come. 8-0 with a kick to come. By the way, this is massive news regarding Zach Lomax. This is massive news because the Storm are on the sneaky again, man. So if you didn't know, in court today, it was alleged that the Storm CEO sent this text to NRL CEO Andrew Abdo. Hi, Andrew. Not getting anywhere at this point. Can you apply the blowtorch on Parramatta to get this done? That is a madness. That's actually madness if that is true. Rexa says, not sure Penrith would get out of running this team against the first team. I don't know what these Panthers boys are going to get out of this game at all, but that was really poor from Jackson Edgar, who the ball just bounced off him straight into the hands of Jackson Purdue. Yeah, I don't know what real point and what benefit either team will really get out of this, because the Cowboys, they're just going to get a glorified training here against this Panthers unit. Levi says, that's some Sydney Roosters stuff there from Melbourne. Well, it's it's very much late 2000s-esque. That is a bit of insider trading there, is what I would say, from the Melbourne Storm to be sending a text like that to Andrew Abdo, trying to get a favour there and putting the blowtorch onto Parramatta because, legally speaking, Zach Lomax does not have to be released by Parramatta. Well, the contract doesn't need to be torn up. He signed a contract. That's on him. Drinkwater will get the 2 and it will be 10-0 to the Cowboys with 33 minutes to go. The Storm, it's wild for them to think that they're above the game. Parramatta signed him. He then said, I want to go to R360. They said, you can go to R360, but if R360 fails, you can't come back to another team. You can't come back because we signed you for this duration. He then agreed to it. He then admitted to it. So why are you thinking you're above the game from that idiot's perspective, but then also for the Storm to try and get it an inside help from the NRL to force the hand of Parramatta? It's just ridiculous. He signed a contract. He is the guy who said, okay, I'm going, I'll take the risk, and now it's like he's trying to get rid of the risk. Well, you took the risk. They gave you that option. The risk was involved, and the risk obviously happened. You got slapped by R360. You don't just get to come back and avoid the risk that you knew full well that you had on the risk. So they're going to kick that ball to the corner here, the Cowboys, and that is going to be a 40-20, I think. Is that a 40-20? Or was he just outside the 40, sorry? Oh, he might have been just outside the 40. Reed Marnie, yeah, beautiful. He might have actually been at the 50, so I wasn't even really paying attention a great deal. The Panthers, the first tackle at the 15. And penalty, they'll need that. They will need that for sure. Full-time story, so don't feel sorry for Zach Lomax at all. He deserves what's happening with him in the whole contract and Rugby 360 situation. 100%. He knew the risk. You can't take the risk. The risk happens, and it blows up in your face, and then try to avoid said risk because the risk happened and it blowed up in your face. Jonathan says, I love the Cowboys game because this year, 2026, they're going to win. Chill text comes all the way in Papua New Guinea, Port Moresby. Appreciate you, Jonathan, for the support in Papua New Guinea. But Cowboys are in for probably a tough year overall, but this game isn't going to be a great example of that. They're going to win this game by a lot because they've got a full strength team and the Panthers have literally nobody of their first string team in. Literally nobody. Logan says, all NRL clubs, even rivals like Dogs and Panthers, should show mad respects to the Eels for this. Everyone is supporting the Eels on this. I haven't seen neutral fans at all supporting Melbourne and Zach Lomax on this. And definitely not Dragons fans. Oh, good offload there from the Panthers. Dragons fans, he killed a contract with them too. He's got a history of it. Cowboys, good grab there from Murray Talangi at the 10. So 10 minutes gone in the first half here, guys. 30 minutes to go of the first half. Hit that like button and subscribe if you are new around here. It's second tackle here for the Cowboys, 15 metres away. It's so scummy, Tigers fan. So scummy. Third tackle at the 20. No, I don't feel like anyone is in Lomax and Storm corner here. I don't think they are. I don't think anyone should be. If there is somebody here who's watching, you're entitled to your opinion, who is on the side of Lomax and the Storm, please tell us why you are. Why are you on the side of Lomax and the Storm? 6 again here for the Cowboys. They'll get this ball to the halfway point. My knowledge of the Aussie rules is less than 0, but I hope your team wins. So, Chuck, my team's not playing today. My team already won yesterday. But this is also not Aussie rules. This is NRL, Rugby League. AFL is the sport that you're talking about. That's a completely different sport in Australia. This is Rugby League. It's a whole different sport. So, third tackle now for the Cowboys. They're 25 metres out. But we'll be streaming cricket later tonight. For all the cricket followers here, we will be here for the USA versus Netherlands tonight. We'll talk all things cricket then. For the time being, we don't talk cricket because we're on Rugby League. Tom Dearden gives it out to Drinkwater. Drinkwater at the 15. And nearly an obstruction there, but it's going to be 8 metres away from the line. Fifth tackle, Reed Marnie, quick play, the ball goes short. Try time for the Cowboys. Scott Drinkwater will get the try for the Cowboys, and I wonder how long they're going to leave these starters on, man, because this is getting very ugly early. 14-0 with a kick come. You're a good chap. You're all good, mate. You're all good. 28 minutes to go in the first half. Tiger Spence says, you knew this was going to be tough for Penrith when on KO they advertised people for the match were Dearden and Ivan Cleary. The advertised people didn't even involve a player, it involved a coach. Again, not a single player, maybe Jesse McLean at best, but not a single player here for the Panthers will be playing this year for the Panthers. Chaco says, what's the point of playing a full team? So, it's a bit niche. So, last week you saw the Cowboys, the Bulldogs, the Knights, and the Dragons play. They're the only teams who played the preseason last week because in round 1, every year, we have 4 teams that go to Las Vegas and they play the first games in Vegas. So, this year it's the Cowboys playing the Knights and the Bulldogs playing the Dragons. So, that's why those 4 teams played a week earlier because the Vegas games are a week earlier than the regular season, still the regular season, but a week earlier than everybody else plays. So this week is preseason, next week is preseason, and then the week after is the Vegas games by themselves, right? And there's actually an English team, I think, going over there as well. No, not... Yeah, there's 2 English teams actually playing at Vegas as well from the Super League. But because the Vegas games are on early, they played a week beforehand. So now this is the second week, and like you'll see next week in the preseason, most teams will play their more full strength because they're trying to get really warmed up into the season in their last preseason hit out. So that's why this is an unfair advantage here in a lot of ways for the Panthers. The Cowboys, they've had their hit out and with their young players, and now they put the full strength team in, whilst the Panthers, they haven't had their hit out, and now they put out all these youngsters. So it really doesn't benefit the Panthers here whatsoever. Tomorrow we will see the exact same thing with the Dragons versus the Rabbitohs, where the Dragons played last week, the Rabbitohs didn't. But at least the Knights and the Bulldogs, there will be basically full strength teams for both those teams tomorrow when they play each other. But that's the reason, because those Vegas games, it just gives the NRL team from last week the advantage with the basis that they now will play their full strength team. Do you understand what I'm trying to say there? Leeds versus Hull KR is the Vegas game. Really, Hull KR are going to be there. So Hull are going to play Broncos and then fly straight over to Vegas? Is that what's happening? Cowboys here. We'll get a 6 again at the halfway point. And it is 6 again. The Cowboys, they're away here. They're 35-30. That's going to be knocked back from the Panthers. They dropped the ball. Cowboys might still score anyway. They are going to score again. Braden Burns, 20-0 with a kick to come. There really is no point to this game being played because the Cowboys are just going to destroy them. They're just going to destroy them. He says, really like what I'm seeing from Marnie. Brings a broader game than Robson. Don't disagree. Looking forward to seeing Robson play with the Roosters when he gets a crack, and I do think that Robson is a better player. But with that being said, for the Cowboys, yeah, look, I think Reid Marnie will suit this Cowboys team for sure. It's just too easy. Like, this is just a training run for the Cowboys. Red Knights says, can they get 100 points tonight for the Cowboys? No, because they will take off most of their starters for the second half. You might not even see them get through the entirety of the first half. Louis says, all checked in, yeehaw. Yeah, good luck. Cowboys are lucky Matty Eisenhuth isn't playing. Yeah, the absolute bolter that is Matty Eisenhuth not playing. Danielle says, I watched the All Blacks when they were in Chicago. It was awesome watching them in real time. Yeah, don't know what that has to do with literally anything that we're talking about here, Danielle, but thank you for letting us know about your time in Chicago with the All Blacks. I love Chicago. I was in Chicago for 3 months back in 2019, and I would love to get back there. I am obsessed with that city. A beautiful city, Chicago. Yeah, so Hull playing next week against the Broncos and then flying over the next week to take on Leeds. Don't have KO, so can't watch this game, but can you let me know when Cameron, was it Karnan? Karnan? Is that right? Karnan. Is Karnan correct, Logan? Full-time story says, about the only time Cowboys fans will see our team destroy the Panthers this year. About right. No, not necessarily, because I remember there's been a few games where the Cowboys and Panthers have played, and the Cowboys get a full-strength team, and the Panthers have all their players out with Origin, or it's round 27, and the Panthers rest all their players because they don't care about round 27. They're already in the finals, they're in the top 4, and they get that rest week. Cows can get a good amount of preseason points this game. Yeah, considering they won last week, this game here, based off of what we're seeing right now, could actually win them the preseason. It could. Alex's second team. Well, there's no such thing as a second team, mate. I have a soft spot team for the Sharks because my mum is a Cronulla Sharks fan from Cronulla, but there's no such thing as a second team. When the Titans are playing the Sharks, I want us to grab them by the throat and shove the ball so far down their esophagus they don't even know their last name. But there's no such thing as a second team. You got one team, and then you don't mind another team when they're not playing yours. You know, and I like the Sharkies when they're not playing the Titans. After the first K, it's like ha. Kahanan. Khanan. Khanan? Khanan. 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 Kha. I know with Lebanese names it's like a like what we found out last year with the with the khod. Is that how you pronounce it? The khod? What we did last year? I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, to be fair. It's better than the shit that they were putting up the dribble on NRL 360 with their pronunciations, though. So Cowboys, they're already at the 20. Fit tackle. Put that ball up. Caught by the Cowboys. And Talangi, he'll push and he'll be held up over the line. Actually, no, it's like R, not H-A. Oh, we're going a lag in here for some advice, and he's not even giving us the right advice. What are we doing? Lebanese names are unique. So, Logan, what you're saying is that Lebanese names are unique to like Lebanon. Is that what you're saying? Wow, that's some pretty intellectual stuff. That's some pretty intellectual stuff. I do love a good kebab though, Joe. I do love a good kebab. I actually love Middle Eastern food, mate. It's just so good. I had really amazing Middle Eastern food, funnily enough, in Fiji. Out of all places, I think it was at the Sofitel in NRL. I was with my mum and a few people, and we're having a really nice dinner out by the ocean. Beautiful scenery, and there's a Middle Eastern restaurant there. We know the owner, the guy who runs it, and he was with us. And I tell you what, it was just unbelievable. I love Middle Eastern food, man. I love it. Alex Rubens is cricketer NRL. Why ask a question like that? Why can't people just enjoy both? Why can't people just enjoy all? Bulldogs have the best food in the NRL, no doubt. So you're telling me a Gold Coast kebab after a night out in Surfers Paradise isn't the greatest at that kebab shop that charges a ludicrous amount of a ludicrous price because everyone's there in Cavill Avenue? You're telling me that the Bulldogs have got the best food there? Come on. 4 tackle here at the 25. I'm taking the dirty kebab after a night on Cavill Avenue over the Belmore kebabs. With that being said, love that shout of the Bulldogs have the best food area in the NRL. Second tackle here for the Cowboys at 13, but the Melbourne will come in here because they've got a good Greek community, and the Greeks get around some great food. Lebanese, there are some down there as well, and there's also plenty of good Indian food down there in Melbourne as well. So the Storm fans might disagree with you there. But we're not talking about you lot there in Brisbane because the only thing you've got is that shit-filled river, and you just get the fish from there. So fifth tackle here at the 45, and they'll put that one up to the 10. Cowboys chasing it through, and Jackson Edgar brings it out to the 13. It'll be a high tackle penalty. Mate, Gold Coast put tomato sauce in their kebabs. It's a disgrace. No, that's what some people may do, but I would never do that. I would never do that at all. Get some chili sauce on it, mate. Get some chili into it. It's a dark day when we're going to Lagan for advice. Mate, it's the worst day in history, Zeb, when we're getting Lagan for advice. The guy's name is Lagan Bullsacks, for example. You know, that should tell you everything you need to know. The guy's name that we sit here and talk to all the time on these streams is Lagging Bullsacks. And we're meant to take this guy seriously? Like, for gosh sake. Gosh sake. And now Seb Watson is spamming get around the Euros. I love a good Euros. Then wash it down with 4 times 4x. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, 4x fist photo. 4x not exactly spectacular. Second tackle now with the Panthers. I'll get this ball to the 45 on third tackle. 20 minutes gone in the first half, guys. 20 minutes to go. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. We will be live for 4 games tomorrow, plus New Zealand versus South Africa in the T20 World Cup. And if you love your cricket, we will be live for USA Netherlands later on tonight. So they get this ball spreading nicely. Panthers at the 40. Kurt falls. Good passing, good rolling, and they'll get this ball to the 30. That was actually a pretty good set overall. And that was welcome to the preseason, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the preseason. A play the ball ends up being Cowboys ball because there was no one at dummy half. There was no one there to pick up the ball. So the Cowboys will just walk over. They'll walk around the number 3 here for the Panthers. They'll literally just walk around Patrick Moy and pick the ball up with no one asking a second question. Shaka says, Blaze, blink twice if you said Melbourne have the best food because the president said he'd put your channel on the blowtorch. Look, I'm not going to confirm or deny. But Melbourne definitely have the best food there with the Melbourne Storm. No, absolutely fantastic food there at the Melbourne Storm, and I really do back in their decision to text message Andrew Abdo to put the blowtorch to Parramatta. No, I'm a big fan of of the Melbourne Storm, mate. I'm thinking about leaving the Titans to be a Storm fan. Yeah, no, 100%, mate. Seb Watson says Panthers really not a fan. Not a fan of the preseason. Not a fan of the preseason, the old Panthers. Mitchell says only the great teams have no dummy halves. Yeah, Tigers well known for that. Drinks break in the first half. We will get a drinks break here. 18 minutes to go, Jay. You're going to see what's coming next. It's going to be about a previous game, that's for sure. So it is a drinks break here because it is hot in Mackay. Travis, get around you. That's says Nick Murphy will lead this team to a comeback. Mark my words. It's going to be a struggle. It's going to be a struggle to come back in this one. I would much rather get advice from someone named Lagan Ballsacks than an Englishman. That is a valid statement, Lagan. That is a valid statement, but I still wouldn't take your advice. But over a POM, yeah, good shout. Dom says, may as well get Ivan Cleary out there. Sign Des Hasler and chuck him into the 7. Des Hasler's still looking for a club. Sign Desi Hasler, get him into the 7. Get him in. But no, Reid Marnie's had a very impressive 22 here. But, like, you can't get a read on this Cowboys team because they're literally taking on a Panthers team with no first-grade starters in the game. No first-grade starters. Full-time says, late night owl wingdings across from Mad Cow in Townsville the best. Mad Cow's like the crazy place, like the crazy joint. It's like your Revs in Melbourne, right? I think Mad Cow is known as like the crazy nightclub of town. Oh shit, I don't know, man. I could be completely wrong here, but I've heard the Mad Cow before. That's like the crazy nightclubby pub bar thing that Townsville have. Am I correct in assuming that? So Cowboys go quickly off the scrum, and Jake Clifford will score 26-0 with a kick to come. 26-0 with a kick to come, and the Fetty bomb is on. You guys can't talk about that, but I can. Oh boy, I can. Too easy for the Cows. Mad Cow is full of AJ pricks. I don't even know what that means. But am I right in that being the case? Am I right in this Mad Cow being like a club of some sort or something? It's so funny. I've actually gotten so much traction and people following me on Instagram because of that video that I made yesterday as a joke saying the Titans are going to go undefeated this year. Army jerks. Okay. Give Babara's arm a run at this point. Yeah, get him in. Brent says, I reckon Harrison put a bet on the Panthers. That would make sense. He would have put him 13 plus too. Says it's really looking like the Premiers here, the Cows. You know what's funny though, is that we all get it, but there will be casual fans of the game who won't understand what they're actually seeing right now, and they will actually think they're going to win the comp base off of this. The Cowboys will kick it through, but you will go to the top of the preseason table. You will go to the top of that. Desmond says, oh great, me, who's on the live feed, saw that try 10 years after you announced it. Des, whenever I'm in Asia, whenever I'm here in Vietnam, whatnot, for some reason you're about half an hour behind my stream. How is that possible? You are literally in Sydney. You are in Sydney. I am in Vietnam, and I have a better, quicker live stream than you do. You know there's a problem when. Looker alert. So 28 nearly to the Cowboys with 17 minutes to go the first half. Oh, out in the fall from the Panthers. Guys, this might be the worst preseason performance of all time. Reminder though, 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, you couldn't even watch the preseason. That's the difference here. People need to remember we never used to be able to even watch these games because that's how much they mean. The NRL just wanted to get your gambling money and the kickbacks from your gambling money to make it into a tournament where it's 100k on offer or whatever, which is just a minuscule of what they'll actually get. But the NRL just made this into a watchable tournament so that you could gamble on it so they could get kickbacks from it, because the preseason does not matter. It does not matter. Cowboys now will be 8 minutes away from the line, third tackle. Full-time story says, I have the same issue as Dez. You're about an hour in front. Yeah, Dez, Delilah, Darren, Dave, mate. And Cowboys throw the ball back. It's third tackle here. They're 5 metres out. Drinkwater across to Jake Clifford. Either way, though, Cowboys are playing well regardless here. Don't get me wrong. Desmade Hasler. Good to see Desi in the chat. Tommy Dearden kicks it across, charged down for the Panthers, but it will end up being a knock-on because he goes for a second grab at it and knocks it on. Daz on the Macca's Wi-Fi. Well, I watch it on WatchNRL.com. So it's basically like watching it on KO, but I just have to pay a little bit more. Actually, no, I think you guys... How much do you pay for KO nowadays? I only get one sport. You guys get a whole bunch, but... Oh, that was a Falcon. Oh, man, Panthers were trying to say they didn't actually knock that ball on. It probably should have been Panthers' ball. I don't think it touched his hand. Like $40. Okay, so you get multiple sports, but I do pay I pay the same amount for all coverage of rugby league in Vietnam or in any international country, as long as it's not Australia, New Zealand, or as long as it's not Australia or New Zealand, I can watch NRL in literally any country. Cowboys now second tackle, 3 minutes out. So I think that's pretty good value considering you're paying pretty much the same price for KO, even though you get those extra sports, whether you watch them or not. Knock on there from Tamalolo, and Panthers will get the ball at the 10, first tackle. And we'll give away a penalty too. So not only is there a knock on, but there is also a penalty. Seb Watson says, Dad's probably behind on those illegal streams. That's why Daz is 100% on the old illegal streams. 100% he's behind the illegal streams. Matt says, I don't reckon the Panthers will win another game this season. You know what? I should do a post. I should do a post for today on Instagram and say that from my unbiased opinion, based off of the Cowboys game here against the Panthers, I don't think the Panthers will win a game this season and they may come last place. I would get absolutely blown to oblivion on my Instagram, but it would be funny to really show how much the preseason mattered. Like, people don't get the sarcasm on the Titans one yesterday, so maybe I'll do it again, and surely the sarcasm kicks home then. Surely. All that smoke boys say, Blaze, big fan of your work, mate. Appreciate you, mate. Appreciate you, mate, for supporting the channel. Fit tackle now for the Panthers. They're 15 metres away. They'll punch his ball to the right-hand side. Gets it off to Kurt Falls. Kurt Falls kicks his ball up into the corner. Chase through is okay, but Murray Talani gets down, and it's going to be 3 metres out, first tackle. Yes, Seb Watson told us before about the Hull KR losing to York in the Super League. So, Jace, don't hide that one. I know what you're talking about. The reason why is because you know who that is. He actually came and apologised for his actions the other day on the cricket stream. So that's why we've allowed it. Obviously, the timeout because this is a rugby league stream. That's fine. But don't hide him because he actually has been okay on the cricket stream since he came and apologised. Yeah, make the post. I'll back you up 100%. No, I'll do it. Oh, Cowboys are in the bin. Damn, we've seen a sin bin here. Zach Labour will go to the sin bin for the Cowboys. Here come the Panthers. People believe those posts as this is a serious channel. Very serious channel, Seb Watson. We've never made a joke in our lives. You know, I'm glad that you respect it and appreciate it. I'm glad that you get it. I'm really glad that you get it. You don't usually get much as an Englishman, but you get this. See how long it lasts. Oh, we know. Yeah, I know, Joe. I know. A sin bin in the preseason. Well, we saw a sin bin in the Raiders game too. But then again, you're so far behind at the streams that you're probably still watching that Raiders versus Melbourne Storm game. Panthers now, they'll get this. Also, we saw a Titans sin bin yesterday. What are you talking about, Daz? We've seen 3 sin bins this weekend alone. And we've only had 3 games. A sin bin in each game. Panthers, Kurt Falls. Kurt Falls will fall short. 2 metres, third tackle. 2 metres out, third tackle. They'll punch it out. Oh, tripped over. But he'll get that ball to the 5 on 4 tackle here. This attack hasn't looked spectacular when they've been in range. Now it's fit tackle, 4 metres out. 12 minutes to go at the first half. Day 75 of not cutting my hair until Panthers win 5 games in a row. Panthers kick it through. And it will be a dropout. Dropout, good work. Good work. By the way, whoever put a Dogs game on Valentine's Day, screw you. Oh, yeah, Daz, mate. You know, how think about how my partner feels. I'm going to be live for 5 streams tomorrow. I got 4 games of NRL into a T20 World Cup game. She understands and whatnot, but, like, gee whiz. That is a brutal day tomorrow on Valentine's Day. Brutal day. Oh, it's actually going to be Cowboys ball here at the 20. They're going to change the call. Matt says we're 100% serious here. Don't know why anyone would think anything different. Panthers not winning another game is completely reasonable. Completely reasonable, Matt. You know, 28-0 down. 30 minutes into, or 29 minutes into the first half here. You know, this year we have not seen. Well, the Panthers haven't scored a try this entire year, mate. A try this entire year. They're getting 28 points. You know, alarm bells are ringing, mate. Alarm bells are seriously ringing. Luke Summerton would have scored 27 points already. Summerton would have done that. Yeah. They should have signed Lockie Ilias, is what they should have done, because he's obviously one of the greatest players in 2026. Tom did to Thomas McKaylee. Brings the ball to the 40 on 3rd tackle. Friday the 13th is where it's at, not Valentine's Day. Not for me, mate. Not for me. So 4 tackle now at the 20. And they'll go right side very quickly. Cowboys are going to score. You would say no. Braden Burns was nearly close for a hat trick, but it's going to be fit tackle 1 metre out. No, he's going to lose the ball. So it's going to be Panthers ball at 10. 10 minutes to go the first half here, guys. 30 minutes gone. 10 minutes to go. Hit that like button and subscribe. 1 half. 10 minutes left. And the Panthers... Well, that was actually fit tackles, so it wasn't classed as a knock-on, it was just fit tackle, and then they've been taken back into the in-goal. So forget that. Drop out for the Panthers and the Cowboys coming up. Giovanni says, day 14,383 of not cutting my hair till the Eels win a premiership. Mate, that's going to be a lot of hair. Wow. You may never get a haircut ever again. So the Cowboys, they'll get this ball at 25. Ilias have a clear any day of the week. It's an obvious answer, Matt. It's a very obvious answer. First tackle for the Cowboys, 20 metres away. Can they get to the thrifty 30? 10 metres away, second tackle. Oh, that's right. The only player that I can notice here not playing is Jeremiah Nene, I guess. Who else is not playing for the Cowboys? No Jeremiah Nene, but who else is not playing? Reed Marnie, Tom Dearden. Dearden at the back of Drinkwater, and he will kick that ball over the sideline. So it will be Panthers ball at 10. They're promoting the heck out of the Hull KR vs Broncos game over in the Super League. Funny how they're trying to put Mikey Lewis on the same level as Walsh and make it look like a Walsh versus Lewis battle. It's funny because apparently Seb Watson said that he should be sin-binned. He got sin-binned and should have been and should be suspended for next Friday. So maybe he doesn't even play. Surely they allow him to play. They're not going to advertise and then take him out of the big game. But a reminder for all Australians and Kiwis and whatnot, that's on an awful time slot for you lot. 4:30am New South Wales, 5:30am in Auckland, and 3:30am in Queensland for Broncos versus Hull KR next Friday morning. Just take it to the local pub, Daz. Game should be on there. Yeah, exactly. But you need to make sure that she's sitting looking this way and you got the big screen TV right behind her. And then when you're looking up, you're just thinking about what to say to her next. You know, you just got to really play that smoothly. But the Cowboys will get the ball after a knock-on for the Panthers at the 45 on the Cowboys side of the field. Always make sure that you're sitting with the TV. Don't make it obvious that you're choosing to sit there because of the TV, but you got to make sure the TV right there. First tackle at the 43. And make sure it's not a TV with the Winter Olympics on either. And make sure the Rugby League's on. Second tackle, Reid Marnie. He'll give it to Scott Drinkwater. Drinkwater then to Dearden. Dearden across to Lukey, and Lukey is going to be at the 30. Sam McIntyre off to Dearden. Surely you get to the 50-30 now. They've obviously slowed down a lot. It was just too easy at the start, and they've slowed down a lot now, the Cows. Short ball into the line. They'll be your fifth tackle 15 metres away. That says, unless my NRL app is wrong, pretty sure the World Club Challenge is on 5:30 Queensland time. Is it? Oh, ricochet. Cowboys will score. Jake Clifford will score in the corner, and it is 32-0 with a kick to come. The thrifty 30 is none. So I'm going to quickly have a look, but I'm pretty certain that I saw it yesterday. So, no, it's on at 2:30 a.m. Might. Oh, sorry, you're right. Yeah, no, you're right. It's New South Wales is 6:30 a.m., Queensland is 5:30 a.m., and Auckland 7:30 a.m., so it's actually not that bad. For me, it's bad at 2:30 a.m. in Vietnam. That's rough. Next Friday. That is rough. But it is a try there for Jake Clifford of the Cowboys. 32-0 with a kick to come, and they aren't down a man. Get Dazmate to do the stream. Dazmate on stream, I don't think you're ready for that. I don't think anybody's ready for that. Get it ready, Rayon. 2 tries for Clifford today. 1 try, assist, 37 run meters and 39 kick meters. Nice early morning for work next Friday morning. Yeah, we've also got, we'll also have some good Australia T20 World Cup action next Friday. Play Oman. Play Oman. But we need Stevie Schmitty in there now. We've got a massive game. Guys, you need to be here on Monday. We play Sri Lanka in Sri Lanka. It's a must-win game. It is a must-win game there between Australia and Sri Lanka on Monday. And that'll be at Parramatta Stadium where that one just was. Bye. Scott Drinkwater will miss the kick. Miss the kick with 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half. 32-0. I might actually film this video now to put up. Oh no, I've been sent a post here. Okay. I might film this post now. In a moment, Sniffy Pop with another appearance. It's always got the appearance, mate. Always. 5.5 minutes to go. Actually, I'll do it at half time. I will do the Panthers post at half time. Cowboys will bring this ball to the 15. We're still in the first half. Yeah, it's a long one. It's a sniffy jar, by the way, Seb. Get into him, Jay. It's a sniffy jar. It's the Thai Herbal Inhaler sniffy jar. Come on, pot. This is just like this. It's not this big. It's not like a massive pot. It's a small little thing. Olivia is going to be sniffing it all the way over to Super League, England Town, tonight on the plane. Cowboys bring the ball inside the attacking half. Vix. No, this is a literal Thai Herbal Inhaler. It's from Thailand. When I was there last year, they honestly cost like $2 and they last you forever. Cowboys are away. Taking it down at the 15. And fifth tackle. And Dearden, short ball into the line. That's an easy try for Helam Lukey. And it's 36-0 with a kick to come. 4 minutes 40 to go of the first half. What is the point of this game for the Panthers? All these guys have nowhere near been up to the task in this game. Like, they've got no one in. The Cowboys have a full-strength team. This should tell you the levels in rugby league. This game right here should tell you the levels that there are. Does anyone know the ref of the World Club Challenge? It's probably going to be some English cat. We don't know yet. I think we'll find out on Tuesday. I don't know. But it's going to be some Super League cat. So it's going to be a try if Liam Moore is involved. If it's Liam Moore involved, the ball will go out of bounds on the full and it'll say try. Anyone on a sponsorship deal with a Sniffy Pot company? No sponsorship deal with a Sniffy Pot company. But maybe with the Sniffy Jar one day. It's the only time I'll ever root for the Broncos, but if they lose, yeah, it's kind of a win-win situation for a lot of people in regards to that World Club Challenge this year. If the Broncos win, Great Australia wins. The Broncos lose. Broncos lose. So Drinkwater puts it through, and it's 38-0 to the Cowboys with 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go here in the first half. Liam Moore, the go to Super League referees. Yeah, fantastic. We never forgive him for that try that Wigan received. No, the Cowboys will take all of their starters out in the second half, but gee whiz. Liam Moore's Blade's favourite person to ever walk the face of the planet. No, that would be Blocker Roach, mate. That would be Blocker Roach. Blocker's my favourite. He's just such an unbelievable commentator. Like, he just, the way he covers the game is so intellectually appealing that you just can't go past a man of that kind of might and power. You know, Blocker is just one of those kind of guys that when you wake up in the morning, you just can't stop thinking about he's going to commentate today. So, no, I'd say Blocker. I'd say Blocker's my favourite person ever walked the face of the planet. Just without the favourite part, but he definitely does walk the face of the planet. He definitely does do that. 4 tackle for the Cowboys. No, boot this ball from the halfway point down to the Ingo, and Panthers Jackson Edgar. He'll take it to the 8 or so first tackle. Liam Moore and Liam Henry should get a room and duke it out. Why? Well, Liam Henry would smash him. Liam Henry's a bopper. Yeah, Blocker is the type of bloke that gets you out of bed every morning. That is absolutely true. And there's nobody here that could disagree with that either. 3rd tackle with the Panthers at the 20. The Block loves the Titans. Oh, loves them. He's never said a bad word about the club. He loves them. Never said a single bad word except for the 100 times yesterday, but never said a bad word about him. He's never said a bad word about him today. I'll give him that. Yesterday maybe, but today 0 times. Now, we don't know who the ref is, Brenton, because team lists haven't even come out yet. Minute 47 to go here this first half. You're not going to have a great deal of excitement from this game, ladies and gentlemen. Not going to be a fantastic amount of excitement from this pre-season slapper. And now Cowboys to the halfway point, 3rd tackle. Minute and a half left here. 4th tackle at 35. Liam Henry plays for Penrith, doesn't he? Yes. Liam Henry is a bopper that plays for Penrith that makes a mountain of tackles. Liam Moore is a referee in England that gave an extremely controversial try a couple of years back and is known to not be a fantastic referee overall. Actually, he refereed one of the three games in the Ashes, I think, didn't he? Full-time Stories, a legend. Thanks for joining up as a member, bro. Thanks for supporting the channel. You're a legend, mate. When does the English announce their team list anyway? I don't know. Surely it's probably Monday or Tuesday. Surely. I would assume it's going to be the same. Cows vs Titans Grand Final. I'm calling it. Reese, look, it's on right now. Pre-season means everything. The Raiders are going to be a shout, but Titans Cows definitely looking like Grand Final inbound. Definitely looking like it. Cowboys 13 metres away. Given the Cowboys here could get past the friggin' 40 already. No, 2nd tackle, 4 metres out, 14 seconds left. Cotter. Not Cotter. I went to say Robson, then I said Cotter. I'm talking about Reed Marnie. There is an injury here with the Panthers. God bless him. An accidental knee into the head, maybe. Braden Burns as he steps. No, elbow to the head. I should not listen to the commentary. Elbow to the head. Never listen to Kevin Walters again. So there's 6 seconds left here. The siren for halftime goes, but there will be 6 seconds remaining here for the Cowboys to try and put one more try past them and get to the friggin' 40 before halftime. Six seconds left. If this game doesn't put Penrith on fraud alert, I don't know what will. We all know pre-season means everything. Fraud alert inbound. Screw Liam Moore. They should get Casey Badger in. That's the go. Time him out. Time Giovanni out for 5 minutes. Time Giovanni out for bringing up Casey Badger's name. Cowboys will score. There's the friggin' 40. It's 42-0 with a kick to come. And surely the Cowboys take all of their starters out in the second half because this has just been ridiculous. I cannot believe you've had to remind us that Casey Badger exists in the game of rugby league in today's day and age. Giovanni, dearie me. Titans being generous, allowing the Raiders to be first, even though they're on equal points, just goat things. Correct, but the Cowboys are going to go into first here. They're going to go into first. No, the Cowboys won't put on the hunch because they'll take all their players out in the second half. They will. They will. 42-0 here to the Cowboys. Kick to come, and it should be 44-0 any moment now. Anna says Panthers is back. Yeah, I don't know how much you're wanting them to be back right now, though. I don't think you're too excited about them being back as we currently speak. So drink water to make it 44-0, and he will put it on through. Put it on through. And, wow, yeah, this game, not spectacular, lads. Yes, not spectacular, but the Cowboys are the full-strength team are putting the sword to a very inexperienced Panthers team. I'm literally just going to breeze across these stats at half time because I'm going to actually go to the bathroom because we have been slapping this down all day so far. So let's just go here to the preseason. I'm going to quickly breeze through these stats. Obviously, guys, hit that like button and subscribe. We've got a whole second half to come. Possession, all in favour of the Cowboys, 73-27. The Panthers have had a grand total of 5.5 minutes with the ball here. The Panthers have had 5 minutes and 29 seconds time in possession. They had the ball for 5 minutes and 29 seconds. 92% completion rate for the Cowboys, 61% for the Panthers. 1,023 metres run from 92 runs for the Cowboys, 364 metres run from the Panthers. It's ridiculous. There's no point reading these stats. 230 post-contact metres more, 9 line breaks to 0, 20 tackle breaks to 3. Average, turn the stream off at 20. The Panthers are at 20 metres on average per set. This is actually one of the most pathetic preseason performances I've ever seen. Like I've ever seen. 20.23. We would normally turn the stream off at halftime if it's under 25. They're at 20.23. The Panthers don't give a shit about this game. Like anything. Cowboys are doing everything they need. Panthers doing absolutely nothing here. 95% on the defensive effective tackle percentage. 88.33 for the Panthers. Errors is 11 for the Panthers, 2 for the Cowboys. Oh my gosh, 4 penalties for the Cowboys, 1 for the Panthers. Deary me. Deary me. Well, anyway, guys, I'm going to go and run off to the bathroom here. I can't believe some of the stats we've just seen there. I dead set. I can't believe some of the stats. Like that's not even child's footy. Like that's not even something you should be seeing in preseason. Like, at the end of the day, these are still professional players. These are still depth players. Like that is just absolutely abhorrent. So, guys, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. I am going to be back in about 5 minutes' time, and God bless us for the second half because that was absolutely horrific. Horrific. All right, well, guys, we're back. I don't know how much we want to be back, but we are back here. The second half obviously hasn't started yet. We're still at half time. I'm actually going to film a video to put out on my Instagram. Obviously, follow us on Instagram if you haven't already at BKRsport. I'm just getting this ready. I'm just getting it ready, okay? So this isn't obviously the case yet. It's 44-0. I'm not going to post it until it happens. But I'm saying that the Panthers are the first team that can't win the competition because they've conceded 50 this year. So give me 1 second here. Another big announcement here in the NRL. It is official. The Penrith Panthers cannot win the premiership in 2026 because they have had 50 points put past them. The 50 bomb has been slapped. Absolutely slapped past the Panthers. They can't win the comp. So now it's just all falling in line for the Titans. It really is. There we go. So we're going to leave that, and that's going to come out on my Instagram as soon as the 50 gets dropped. I'm going to love this reaction. The reaction from people is going to be too funny. By the way, York do have the mighty Paul Vaughan. Mate, that's pretty mighty. Mighty on the old barbecue. He loves a barbecue, Paul Vaughan. He's a big barbecue fan. Massive barbecue fan. Hold on, let me just make sure. Let me just listen to this and make sure it's proper rage bait. Yeah, it is. It is Brenton. I love it. Because people will believe I'm being serious too. Some. I should do it again, but no, I'm going to leave it because this will get amazing. It will get amazing traction because there will be some clowns who actually believe it. There will be some clowns who actually believe it, man. I promise you, they will. It's all over for Penrith. Wrap it up. It's all Titans from here. There we go. And then I'm going to put the sunglasses guy with a smiley face. Sunglasses. Just to really enhance it. Just to really, really enhance that NRL Panthers. And there we go. Should one with the Cows to win the comp, that lot will lose their minds. No, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to do that. This is a serious channel here, Renton. This is a serious channel, mate. Come on, don't be silly now. Don't be silly. Look at those stats, pants, mate. The A. Isaac, thanks for that, mate. Really believe Daz before your comment. What did Isaac say? Oh, no comeback here, Daz. Yeah, probably not going to be a comeback in this game. You know what would even be funnier? If I put this video out now. If I put it out now and they haven't even conceded 50 yet. 3 years ago, Blaze would have fell for that rage bait if he was a Panthers fan. Yeah, probably, mate. Yeah, look, honestly, probably. Probably. Wait, where did the drafts go? Oh, okay, sweet. I was worried because I put it as a draft to put it out after. No, I would. I've always understood, mate. I was just a lot more firm behind my belief in my team, but I've always been very aware of the situation. Just the way that I spoke wasn't necessarily as aware, but I was very aware of the situation. Still waiting here for the second half. Cowboys still in the dressing sheds. Dan, we've nearly just seen Reid Marnie take his oh, okay, can we get the screen off of Reid Marnie right now because he's readjusting as he's just wearing underwear at the moment. They need to get the screen. Thankfully, they've taken the screen off of Reid Marnie. Thankfully. Oh, no, Mickey. There we go, guys. I knew it. Someone would believe it. Mickey, come on, man. Come on, brother. Do you really think that I don't think the Panthers are making the top 8 this year? I think the Panthers can win the comp this year, mate. There is not a single player here that'll be in the starting 17 for the Panthers. I'm very, very aware of the situation. I knew we'd get someone, man. I haven't even posted this Instagram post yet, and we've already got Mickey biting. That's a good bite, Mickey. That's a great bite. That is a fantastic bite early doors here, mate. Dude, it's a full strength Cowboys team up against no players for the Panthers. There's no disillusion to how this game is actually operating, mate. Don't worry. Don't worry. Actually, I would love to know if the preseason has ever mattered for that 50 bomb curse. Like if a team has 50 put past them, that team hasn't gone on to win the comp. I would actually really like to know if that actually ends up being a thing in the preseason too. Keep the camera on him. Yeah, a bit weird there, Lagan. You're asking to see Reed Marnie's cojones. You know, a bit weird there, mate. Seb says fishing hard in here. It's a good fish. I'm gonna do a post every day on Instagram this year. I'm gonna start I've never really done too much content on Instagram, really. I do it on stories. I just post like updates and talk a little bit on stories, but I don't usually make actual posts. So the only 2 posts I've done this year, besides my Hong Kong Titans take over Hong Kong, and tomorrow or Sunday I'll probably put one out where Titans take over over Ho Chi Minh. But the first 2 videos I've posted have been Titans are going to go undefeated. They might win the comp from here yesterday, or they will win the comp from here. And then today, Panthers can't win the comp. It's all Titans from here. Jackson's be interesting to see what the end score will be. Mate, don't expect the Cowboys to continue to get to like 90 or 80 kind of deal. Like, sure, it could happen, but I don't think they're going to play their full strength team for the second half. I think you're going to see guys now come in of the likes of Liam Sutton, Mason Barber, Kai O'Donnell, Harrison Edwards, Jackson Bolo, Robert Derby, Ethan King. You'll still see a decent amount of these first stringers, but you could clearly see the back end of that first half. The intention wasn't the same as the first 20 minutes. So, look, I don't feel like the Cowboys will play too many of their big-time boppers for this second half. That's why it'll probably slow down quite significantly. And maybe you might see the Panthers score, or might see them knock up a couple, but the Cowboys will get to 50, and that's why I'm just waiting to put that post out. Giovanni says that they play their full strength. I'm switching to Canada UAE. Giovanni, you're not switching to the Canada UAE, are you, Jack? You're not watching that game. Come on. But I hope you're ready tonight, Giovanni. I haven't seen you for the cricket streams, actually. We've been live for all the T20 World Cup so far. But 38 for 3 for Canada. Mate, you're not watching Jack Canada UAE. It's 38 for 3. Get out of my face. Get out of my face. But I hope you're ready for tonight's Big Bopper game. Now, if you're talking absolute slap-ups in T20 World Cup history, you're thinking USA versus the Netherlands. And we will be there for USA versus the Netherlands. Oh, mate, I'm excited. Second half scores 0-0. Here we go again. 0-0. Seb, it is 0-0. By the way, get around Brentford. What a result. Should have won. Should have won the Cats. Would have been the big boys had they got the job done there. Would have been the absolute big boys, Brentford, but obviously not to be. Who isn't watching Canada versus UAE? That would be me. Yeah, no, that'd be me. That'd be me. 34 for 3. Oh, yikes. We saw what New Zealand did to UAE the other day. 2 or 3 days ago. New Zealand beat them by like a motta. Absolutely slaughtered them. Sean says the Dogs did a good job in the second half of their first game. You never know. I know that the Panthers aren't winning this game. I think we all know that, Sean, but you definitely never know what's going to happen in the second half. But that's a whole different context. Bulldogs and Knights. Like, Knights actually played a stronger team in that game, but Bulldogs and Knights, it was not like a Cowboys full strength up against the Panthers. No one. Literally no one. Yeah, I saw that Man City versus Liverpool game viewership dwarfed the Super Bowl viewership. That's pretty crazy. Maybe that'll click on for a lot of the Americans who say, that American football is the biggest game. It isn't football. That's just a domestic league game in England between Man City and Liverpool. Arsenal 0.29 expected GA from open play that game. Goals. Boo, boo, boo. Go Brentford. And I think Chelsea actually come up against Arsenal very, very soon. So did Tottenham. City coming clutch against Liverpool. If City win the league, that's the game that won them the league. That right there, that game, because they were down 1-0 with a few minutes to go and they came back to win 2-1 at Anfield. That game will be the one that won the league, the title for City. I feel, if they get it. Because, yeah, sure, they've still got to play Arsenal, but let me have a look here. I want to see when they play Chelsea, because they play them soon enough. They play Wolves next. Oh, come on, Wolves. Then Tottenham and Chelsea, yeah. All right. If they keep it 30 points behind, that's a good thing. If they don't concede 70, I'd say this is a good thing. Or don't concede 60, I'd say the second half has been a positive because it means they don't give up 26 points. No, sorry, that'd only be 18 points. If they keep it under 60, it's been a good half for the Panthers. Half of the Super Bowl is its halftime show anyway, isn't it? Yeah, a lot of people did tune in for that, but it's because of the political ideology as well. Come on, Spurs. Why is this halftime longer than a regular season halftime? This does feel like it's going for ages. Well, that's just completely and utterly incorrect, isn't it? Full-time stories. Completely and utterly incorrect, isn't it? Still waiting with the second half. This is taking forever. That is the biggest cope I've ever seen. Because if you looked at that game and you thought the wrong call wasn't the the goal that should have stood for City in the 97th minute, you're off your rocker. But all right, we're just waiting to get underway. I don't think I'm going to stream that English Super League game in Vegas when it's on. There's no point. I'm not streaming the Super League this year because it's on at an awful time slot for me in Asia. I could consider it, but no, I'll probably just keep it to the Rugby 2 NRL games. Panthers are running out onto the field. Reed's still making adjustments. You're still watching him, are you? You're still watching him make adjustments, are you? Caleb says, Toby Crosby got a score, I'd win 6K. Why are you betting on the preseason? Why are you betting on the preseason? What are we doing? And you've also... No, you're taking the piss. You're not betting big money on a front row forward to score in a secondary Panthers unit against a Z team Panthers unit up against a team Cowboys. There's no way you're betting on the front row forward. I don't believe it. 24 from 26 completions for the Cowboys, 11 from 17 for the Panthers. They had the ball for like 5 minutes that first half. 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 25 seconds is how long the Panthers had the ball in that first half. The possession has been 73% Cowboys, 27% Panthers. It's a shame no England versus Oz in Vegas this year. Yeah, that was a fantastic game when I was there, Seb. 90-4 to Australia women's team. No, that was really good. Who bets on the preseason? I mean, wait till at least round 5 to bet. No, betting on like round 1s and whatnot is fine, but preseason, and not only preseason, but a front row forward, a guy that most people haven't heard of before, a front row forward to score a try against a full-strength Cowboys team. Come on. My name is Jonathan. I'm from PNG. I love the Cowboys because of the good ball work in the first half. Very good. Was good ball work, but it's very understandable ball work against a literal youth team from the Panthers. But appreciate your support from Papua New Guinea. Surely you're a Papua New Guinea fan, though, when they come in. All right. 39 minutes to go here of the game, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. Well, the Cowboys 6 points away from ending the Panthers season at the Fitty Bomb. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go follow because I'm about to make a post talking about how the Panthers can't win the comp. I'm about to make that post, and you better all go agree with it. 4 tackle for the Cowboys. They'll beat the 45. I just want to see the Panthers actually look like they care, because it just doesn't look like they care at all. Sonny Luke, he used to be at the Panthers. Now he's at the Cowboys. He's on for the Cowboys right now. Sonny Luke. He was the 14 for the Panthers, and now he's the 14 for the Cowboys. Panthers get the ball, take it down to the 20, and it will be a penalty to the Panthers. Jackson, it's pretty obvious Cowboys were going to rip them tonight. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. No Nathan Cleary. No Blaze Salongi. No Dylan Edwards. No Moses Leota. No Isaiah Yo. No literally anybody. Brian Toto. Literally anybody. There's not a single player in this game with the Panthers that will be in the starting 17. So Panthers are at the 45. But you still would have expected a little bit more care from a bunch of guys that are actually trying to, force themselves into a spot. Like, they're trying to compete for their career, and you've seen them get 44 put past them in the first half. Like, seriously? Panthers, that's a good run there from the number 12 from the Panthers. 6 again, first tackle. That's Kalani going. Did say to watch out for him a little bit. 20 metres away. Now they'll be 15 metres out, second tackle. Bateman not playing, Seb. Bateman not playing. Panthers at the 10, pushing to the 5. Third tackle. Matt Lodge has been passed around more than me aunt. Gee whiz. What the fuck did I just read? Panthers will score in the corner. What on earth did I just read? It's 44-4 with a kick to come. Passed around more than my aunt? Why have you just taken a shot at your aunt? And then also Matt Lodge. I get there's a shot at Matt Lodge, but why have you just insulted your aunt? The Panthers will score, though, in the corner. The Panthers will score through the winger, number 2, Jesse McLean. He will get a try. Comeback's on, lads. Comeback's on. Brenton says, I haven't met your aunt yet. Yet's the key word there. Sean says, for years I supported 2 teams. This year only 1, and they are not playing today. Yeah, they played yesterday, Sean, didn't they? Don't even pretend you don't have 2 teams, Sean. I know, you love this channel. You get around the Titans, and your soft spot team is the Bulldogs. Am I right or am I right? I'm absolutely spot on right. Actually, I'm going to pin Mitchell's comment there. I'm going to pin it, so that everyone can see that, because that is a wild comment. It's one of the wildest comments we've seen here. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Not hating the player, questioning the game, but questioning the game. So we're kicking from the sideline. Kurt Falls, the New South Wales Cup career, 247 from 317, an accuracy of 78%. Very much questioning the game rather than the player. Kurt Falls, good kick. That goes through from the sideline, 44-6. That is an all-time comment, because it's just like a double whammy. It's a two-edged sword. He's got Matt Lodge, but he's also got his own family. 36 minutes left. Yeah, that number 3 here for the Panthers, Patrick Moy, he's a tough player to take down, man. He's got a body on him. Should have a whiteboard of pinned comments and vote on them at the end of the year. I think that one's already won. All right, Cowboys, they kick this ball off to the Panthers. And the Panthers will bring this ball back here to the 10, back to the 5. They're going back in the in-goal. 1 metre out. Wow. No, he did say to stop, and they're going to get a penalty of the Panthers. Oh, come on. Give up 50 so that I can make this post. Cowboys, surely you get 1 try in the second half. Surely. Thomas McHaley will be the one credited with giving away the penalty there for continuing the tackle when the referee said, just stop it, son. Stop it. They have children. They have families. Think about the children. Think about the families. Think about the wives on Valentine's Day. Don't let them get embarrassed. You know these Panthers boys are going to have to go home and they're going to have to explain this to their wife. Yeah, we got absolutely bent over in Mackay. You know, she's going to be like, how you get bent over? Like, I'm with you. And you're like, well, Cowboys did it. You know, I even saw Reed Marnie adjusting his underwear before on the broadcast. So how are they going to explain this to their wives when they go home? This would be an amazing blue ball, Seb Watson. It would be one of the biggest blue balls of all time if they don't get the 50 bomb. Panthers, they'll be at the 30. And it'll be fit tackle. 35 minutes to go here in the game. Been loving the 50 bomb dances we've been doing lately too. Up in the air, knocked back from the Panthers. Cowboys knock on. Panthers will get the ball 10 metres out. Cows do like a good choke. Surely not, though. 44-0. Like, that would be... Surely not, though. Maybe it's time to start bringing your starters back out, Cowboys. Maybe it's time. Because the Panthers, they're going to get another attacking opportunity here. Dropped by Jackson Purdue. Knock on. I know it's not regular season, but that would be a gigantic blue ball. Full-time story says, being in the Panther system made them think that they were better than one of the worst NRL teams, yeah? Panthers now, they'll be 5 metres out, first tackle. They've just come in completely lacklustre here, Penrith. Regardless if it's not a full strength or even any strength team, these guys are fighting for their career. And it's been pathetic. Ivan Cleary would be looking at this game and blocking their numbers completely. He'd be removing their number from his phone and he'd be blocking them. 10 metres out. Here we go. Over the top. And here's going to be another try. Good defense from the Cowboys. Wow, that was really good defense. 4 tackle, 5 metres away. Sean says Titans is the closest team to where I live because I know you're a Titans fan. They might have scored here. They're going to check this. It's the number 18 for the Panthers. He's claiming it. Number 18 is... Oh, no, it is him. Guys, it's the guy with the name. Tuau Malima Vaitolo Pataya. Tuau Malima Vaitolo Pataya. He did score. He did score. He goes in the corner. And... I don't think so. He's claiming he's got this, but from this angle, it doesn't look like it's going to be good. No way. Why is he celebrating that like crazy? He's nowhere close. He's well out. Can we just call him Tom? I'll just call him Pataya. I'm going to try again. Tuau Mali Mavaitiolau. Because I'm usually pretty decent at name pronunciations, but this is just hard. Tuau Malima Vaitiolau. The last part's Tolau. First part is Tuau. Tuau Malima Vaitiolau. Oh, gosh. Get around Pataya. It will be no try, though. I'm just going to call him Tui Pataya. Tui Pataya. Blocker's going to have a stroke reading that. Dude, if I'm struggling, I'm usually pretty good with pronunciations. But if I'm struggling, Blocker's going to die reading that name. He's going to die live on broadcast reading that name, dude. Blocker's finished. He better hope he doesn't make his first grade debut. And that'll be knocked back in with the Panthers. It's going to be first tackle for them at the 13. Blocker. He will never in a billion years. He still calls Tino Fasuamui. He still calls him Fasuamui at times. Not Fasu Malawi, Fasuamui. So third tackle for the Panthers at the 35. I'm definitely, just to clarify here, we're definitely not making fun of his name at all because I know this is a cultural name, and we're just laughing because for us it is very difficult to read that name out. It is a very, very long name, and I feel like it's either Samoan or Tongan. Patea, maybe. Oh, maybe it's Samoa. Can someone clarify in the chat whether that would be Samoa or Tongan? I'm actually going to try. I don't know if he's got an Instagram. I'm going to try and message him, and I'm going to ask him if he can send me how to pronounce his name. Because I'm actually interested now. So drop ball here from the Panthers. So the Cowboys will get back on the attack. Number 20 for the Panthers is Hokafonu Lemoto. Full-time stories. All right, Cowboys at the 42. Cowboys at the 42. I'll give it underneath, and Harrison Edwards, he'll bring it to the 45. Bulldogs legend. Dazmate loves him. And Sonny Luke, come on, we want that Fetty bomb. Don't blue ball us, Cowboys. We want to see that Fetty bomb. They'll be 35 metres away from the line, second tackle. 30 minutes to go of the game here, guys. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. The Cowboys, they are just outside the 30. Now the Braden Burns away here, 25, 20, 15 metres out, third tackle. We all know you can pronounce, that's a penalty to the Cowboys. We all know you can pronounce names better than 95% of humans. I couldn't do what you do, mate. Yeah, but that's why, I want to try here, because I also want to give him the respect that he deserves. But I want to try, but it is just even a very difficult name for me to pronounce. People have always had trouble with Nwangana Tawase, but that's very, very easy for me. Then again, that comes from the Fijian that I've lived for a lot of my life. And then Fasua Malawi, that's been one that people had trouble with at the beginning too. Oh, lost ball on the very first tackle for the Cowboys, and the Panthers will get the ball at 10. Harlem Lugi with the drop ball. With the drop ball. First ball, Harlem, come on. How do you get that name on the back of a jersey? Well, his last name is Patea, though. His last name is Patea. So that's very easy. There's also another one here that people might have trouble with. Vea Tapa Atautau. Tapa Atauti. No. Vea Tapa Ataute. Or tie. It's either tay or tie, but Vea Tapa Atautai. That's another name. And I love the name Tyson Sangalang. I love a good saying. Other names are all fine. All right, they've lost the ball in the Panthers at the 40. They're going to blue ball us. They're not going to blue ball us, Brent. Don't say that. Don't say that, mate. We're going to see the Fetty bomb here. It's going to happen. Michael Hunt says, I still think Todd will be the first coach to get sacked. Not surprised. I do agree with you. If not Seabold. Carson Morton, lads, get around your Carl. Jeremy says, watching this game on Fox, but I'm also watching you, bloke. Thank you very much, fellow bloke. Get around you, Jeremy. It's an exciting game, isn't it, Jeremy? It's an exciting game. It's going to go right down to the wire, this one, in the preseason. Right down to the wire. We're just waiting for the 50 bomb because I want to put this post out on my Instagram saying that the Panthers now can't win the comp because of the 50 curse, even though I'm very fully aware that this is a full-strength Cowboys against a no single starting 17 Panthers player. Tu a o mali e ma vi vai to elau. He's Samon. Okay, he's Samon, yeah. I think I did say I thought it was Samon. Out to the right. And the Cowboys, Matty Lodge, 4 tackle. See the pinned comment for what the thoughts are from the chat of Matt Lodge. Short ball into the line. There's a try for the Cowboys. Number 20 for the Cowboys puts it over the line, and that is Kai O'Donnell. Now get this conversion right now, Cowboys, so I can make this post. Get this conversion right now. So it's 2-o mali e ma vai to elau. 2-o mali e ma vai to elau. 2-o mali e ma vai to elau. I'm doing all right. You get me going, mate. I start to click on mentally, and I tell you what, when I click on, I get it. Harry Armstrong is incredibly hard to pronounce. Harry Armstrong is the hardest name to pronounce I've ever had. Could be Harry. Could be Harry. Might be a silent H. Might be Harry. That's an Englishman. It might be a silent everything and his name's just Y. How do you know? But you might pronounce it E. How do you know the H-A-R-R aren't silent? You get that free with a massage? Dude, Jay, I bought this hat last night because I'm streaming all the time, so I'm always open here on BKRsport, mate. I actually don't mind the hat. I actually think it looks pretty cool. I actually don't mind it. No, it's a 7-Eleven hat. If you see the back of it, it's a 7-Eleven hat here in Vietnam. Got it from free massage. So let's just wait for this conversion. And then it's official. Panthers can't win the comp. Missed the kick, take a one, final score. You nearly get timed out for that, said, for that disastrous comment. They will get the kick, 50-6. The footy bomb, the footy bomb, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Footy bomb, footy bomb, footy bomb, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. The footy bomb has been slapped. The footy bomb has been absolutely slapped. And so have the Panthers here. That is being posted. Share. There we go. It's been sent. Defo came with a tuggy. Yeah, you need help. Yeah, drop the Fetty Bomb gif if you are a member. Drop the Fetty Bomb. Smash the Fetty Bomb gif. Smash the Fetty Bomb gif. Just smash it, mate. Smash it. Okay, so that's been that. Now I need to upload this to my story. 6-6 second half. Mate, what a second half this is, Zeb. Brilliant second half. Brilliant second half. Why is it not letting me add this to my story? I want to add this to my story. You'll get someone to bite. We already had someone bite in the chat before. Someone has just commented on my thing saying 67 inches. What? Wait, what? So second tackle now, third tackle in for the Cowboys. They're going to be 40 metres out from the Panthers line. What's bro saying? 67 inches as a comment on my Instagram post? What? Don't let Mickey see that post. Mate, Mickey's going to be on that post getting into me galore. Getting in, blowing up the Lux on my post. 4 tackle now at the 30. 4 tackle. And they're spreading it. Oh, and they're knocking it on. And the Panthers are away here. They get the offload away, and then they're going to knock it on. So it's actually going to come back to the Cowboys here at the 25. Oh, no, the first knock on would come from the Cows. So 24 minutes to go here at the game. He must mean where he's drunk. Travis says, bye-bye, Australia. Yeah, how's Bangladesh going in the World Cup, you cat? How's Bangladesh going? They're going well? How's your buddies Pakistan? They still backing you with the boycott? I think that you shouldn't be throwing stones in glass houses there, Travis, as a Bangladesh fan. One, we're still in this World Cup. You've never been in this World Cup. You then relied upon your best mates in Pakistan to back you up and not play against India on Sunday. And now they're playing against India on Sunday, and they're playing in this World Cup. So, how's your little boycott going for you? You think it's working in Bangladesh? Don't think so, champ. So, first tackle now with the Panthers, and now will be second tackle at the 40. Why don't you just watch on and see if Australia do get done in this World Cup? Because we've still got plenty of opportunity to get through. One game doesn't define the entirety of the World Cup for us. Unfortunately, it's a disappointment for us, but the thing is at least we've had the opportunity to get disappointed whilst you've been sitting at home twiddling your thumbs, circle jerking the fact that Australia are at this World Cup, whilst you are not at this World Cup. So, anyway, at least you can surely shake hands with Pakistan who have supported you in this boycott, right? Oh, boy. Bangladesh talking shit about a cricket game. You got to be shitting me. That is glass houses material there. That is glass houses. Look, Travis, losing a game is good for Australia for the long run. That's the difference between you and us. The difference between Australia and Bangladesh is that we're actually in the World Cup. So, Panthers, and we've also won a World Cup. We've actually won everything when it comes to cricket. How's Bangladesh? How many trophies they got? So Panthers now, they're 5 metres away here from the line. They'll get the offload away. Stones and glass houses, bro. Your country is one of the last to be insulting Australia. First tackle at the 10. One of the very last that should be talking smack. Second tackle here for the Panthers, and they're 4 metres away here from the line. 4 metres away. And that is a knock-on from the Cowboys, so it should be 6 again here. It's actually going to be a penalty to the Panthers. Take the 2. Take the 2. Travis would be going with Scotland. Deary me. Deary me. Who's this HP hater weirdo commenting on this post? It's so weird. I don't know what he's doing. He's commented 67 inches and then Ohio confusion. What's happening? Second tackle for the Panthers. They're 4 metres away. And this is a good run. Take it down. 12 metres out. I know, a Bangladesh fan insulting Australia as Babar Azam. By the way, why have you got Babar's last name as your... Why is it King Azam Babar, not King Babar Azam? Leave the pissing off the Aussies to us. That's our role, you flog. Vice versa, mate. It's vice versa. The only people who can really give it to the English are the Aussies, and the only people who can give it to the Aussies are not the English, because we beat you in every other sport. 20 minutes to go here of the game. Hit that thumbs up button and subscribe. It will be a drinks break here. 20 minutes left, 50-6. You can tell we're getting distracted from the game right now, everybody, because the game is well and truly done and dusted. Usually we'd be a lot more focused on the game, but what do you want us to do at 50-6 the Cowboys with a full-strength roster against a completely D team Panthers? Name taken. Yeah, but, like, what do you mean? Why don't you just not do 056 then? Why don't you do another number? Why don't you just do any number? And then you can have King Babar Azam. Surely the name King Babar Azam would not be taken on number 13742. Or 169. What about 9654743? What about that? So 20 minutes left here. And Drinkwater's obviously already in the polo. Talking to Brent Tate. Cowboys legend name taken. I'm sure that you could have made it a different number. It's just so confusing when I see King Azam Babar. We will be live at USA Netherlands tonight. 56 is his number. Why don't you go 0056? But 2.5 hours and we'll be live for USA versus the Netherlands. Absolute bone-rattling game, that is. Bone-rattling game. Now, that's a game that we're all waiting for. All right, Jason Tamalolo. He's going to get this ball here to the 30. It'll be second tackle. Still can't get over it. A Bangladeshi insulting Australia. That'll do me. That will do me. That will do me. Third tackle. Cowboys, the 45. Now they'll be on the 45 on the Panthers side of the field. Can they get the 60 slammer? We may have... I might be watching that game tonight, literally by myself, eh? That is going to draw absolutely no care factor whatsoever, that game. But I do have to stream at least a cricket game today. Cowboys are actually going to score again here. It's 54-6 with the kick to come. They will have to check this, though. That game is not something that I feel... it's not something that I feel a lot of people will be caring about. Oh, let's look at these comments here. Cleese Haas owns your property franchise. He's right, you know. He's so right. Cleese Haas does own it. Everyone's saying, I used to pray for times like this. You and Deraz will have a good yarn. Brenton, you better damn well be there, mate. No, Jay's kicking, mate, so Jay will be here, surely. Surely. They're still just checking this to see if it's a try or not. What a shit show of a game this has been. Well, guys, tomorrow we have 4 games. Warriors Manly in the morning, and then Tigers Roosters, Knights Bulldogs, and Dragons Rabbitohs will be here for all of them. Try confirmed. Kai O'Donnell. He's got 2 tonight with 2 tackle busts, 10 tackles. Wait, that just say only 10 tackles? How long has he been on for? Or maybe it's just been the second half he's been on for. Yeah, 10 tackles. And then 68 run meters. Okay, so surely he's only been on for the second half. And they will get the kick. So 56-6 with 18.5 minutes to go here of the game. Oh, but yeah, you better, because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting here looking off into the stars, figuring out how my life got to a point where I'm watching USA versus the Netherlands for 3.5 hours of my life. 3.5 hours. USA Netherlands. What a time to be alive. Panthers. They kick it off. And we've got 18.5 minutes to survive here. Don't forget Sunday as well. Sharks versus Eels. And then Māori versus Indigenous All-Stars. Travis must be HP hater. Yeah, look, maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe that is the guy. I'll go out to the left. And it'll be third tackle. 35 metres out from their own line. Full-time story says, King Azam Baba, he's from Alibaba, told his boss is a star. What's happening here? What's the Macarena? Hello? What are you going off about in the chat? Full-time stories has lost the plot. He's lost the plot, this bloke. Cowboys chase it through. That's going to be Panthers ball at the 5. No, it's going to be a penalty to them. Dude, this game has had so many stoppages in it. So many stoppages. Team stats. They've had a total of 13 minutes of time possession, the Panthers, in this game. At least they're up from 37% to 41% on the possession. Oh, boy. What time's the game start for you? Game starts for me at 8:15 p.m. Vietnam. So that'll be in literally 2.5 hours' time. 8:15 p.m. 17 minutes left. And he'll go over the sideline. He will go over the damn well sideline. 16 minutes for you to go. I'm just looking forward to seeing my favourite player, Van Skulquick. Van Skulquick. That's who I'm looking forward to seeing. Brad's Panthers 13 plus. Yeah, look, Brad, it's looking good for that, mate. No, it's looking good. The Panthers would only need to score another 64 points for that to be the case, so 63 points. It's 56-6 to the Cowboys. They're just going to need another 63 more points for you to be right on that one. So good luck with that. It's going to be a great shout there. And look, might happen, but it's going to be very difficult for the 63 points in the last 16 minutes of this game, Brad. I don't know if you've been accounting for that part. But you might need to start accounting for it, but maybe. Cameron Kanan versus Jackson Polo, feeding generations right now. Amazing. Cowboys, 4 tackle, 5 metres away. Can they get the 60 slammer? Just a one more try for that. And that will be 4 metres away, fit tackle. Will be doable if Penrith had Tom Jenkins. If they had Luke Summerton, you'd be right. Cowboys are going to score again here. There's a try. And it's another try for Kai O'Donnell, by the way. He's got 3 tries in this game, Kai O'Donnell. You wouldn't expect that too much. It is 60 slammer, 60 points to 6. 60 points to 6. A Milky Jenko, bit of a weird way to Bit of a weird way to call him there, mate, but, you do you. 60 points to 60. It's the 70. The sexy 70 on now. 2 tries in 15 minutes for the sexy 70. Sonny Luke kicks that through, and Kai O'Donnell just chases it down, and this has been absolutely putrid. It's been a pathetic effort here from the Panthers. Everyone know the odds pre-game? Sunday it would have been like $1 for the Cowboys. Cowboys have a full strength roster in here. Full strength. The Panthers played not a single player in their starting 17. Not a single one. This is completely expected. Completely expected here, man. There's no one of anyone that you would know in the Panthers. And the Cowboys is pretty much a full strength team through the first 40 minutes at the least. So Jake Clifford for the conversion. 2 tries tonight, 2 try assists, 1 from 1 of the goals, 10 points. Sonny Luke showing immortal behaviour there. Sonny Luke's actually been pretty good today. Pretty sure Cowboys were $9 something, and the Panthers were $9 something. Cowboys were $1.05, yeah, for sure. Brad, I feel like the Titans could win this one. Brad, the Titans could win anyone. That's how good they are. The Titans could literally win anyone. The Titans aren't playing here today, and we're talking about the Titans because the Titans are the real deal. So I've got to back you in on that statement. No, I've got to back you in. I've got to back you in on that statement. Brenton, you can't time those ones out, brother. Why are you timing it out? Doesn't matter how long it is. Don't time those ones out, bro. He hasn't said anything wrong. He hasn't done anything wrong, bro. So 14 minutes to go here in the game. 60-6. And the Cowboys will get this ball to 10. You can't just time him out for saying feel like the Titans could win this one. Like, only time out people for legitimate reasons, Brenton. So go to the right, and Sammy McIntyre brings this ball to the 35 on second tackle. Like, the only legitimate reason you need to time someone out is if the Newcastle Knights were being told they're going to be a top 8 team. Reese says, fade Penrith. Cleary will inevitably bust his hammy and they will implode. I don't think I'm going to be fading Penrith, bro. I don't think I'm going to be fading them. This is why you need this is why we need you back, Jay. Well, what was the reason behind the removal of Brad just then for saying feel like the Titans could win this one? Rogue Mod, yeah. What was the reason? Cowboys intercept by the Panthers and they'll score a try here. They will score a try here. 40, 30, 25, 20, 10. Touchdown for the Panthers. Touchdown. John Gray says this game is shocking. Never thought the Cowboys would make 60 there on fire. Well, I disagree. Like, this is expected in this game, bro. The Cowboys have a completely full strength team, minus like Jeremiah Nene. The Panthers have not played a single player in their top 17. You have not got Dylan Edwards, Brian To'o, Isaac Tongo, Case McLean, Blaze Sarongi, Nathan Cleary, Mitch Kenny, Moses Leota, Scotty Sorensen, Isaiah Yo. All these guys are not here. There's not a single player in this starting 17 in this game across the entirety of the reserves, interchange, and the starting team that will play for the Panthers in the crunch. This is not the Panthers. This is not a surprise here, bro. Cowboys have played well in what they've done, but don't take this seriously from either perspective. Imagine conceding 60 to the Cowboys. Just can relate to that. Guys, we've got a reminder for everybody. Remember, please, it's the preseason, lads. Where is the old Chenko these days? I don't know. Letitia just knocked off work. Does this mean Panthers can't win the comp? It means Panthers can't win the comp, Letitia. It means the Panthers cannot win the comp. 11.5 minutes to go here in the game. Zachary Clark for the Panthers is going to be taking this conversion. And they got it through. No, but obviously it doesn't mean the Panthers can't win the comp. I still would back them in for a good shout. However, I don't know if that 50 curse actually even translates into the preseason. I know it's a regular season thing, but I don't know if if it translates into the preseason exactly what it means. Preseason form is reflected in real season last year. Cows for grand final. Yeah, how about the recent years before that? So last year, sure. What about the years before that? Did Cowboys get the full bonus last week? No, they didn't, did they? Last week, the Cowboys only got the 13. So they actually might not win the preseason. If the Titans won and got all bonus points, they would actually win the preseason. Well, there's the Raiders too against the Sharks. Titans aren't doing it. They play the Storm next week. But the Raiders play the Sharks. If the Raiders could get all 3 bonus points, they could still win it. To be fair, anyone can still win it. Anyone still can. What are your thoughts on Broncos and Hull? Well, I heard Hull lost to York last night. Heard Hull lost to York, so that's not looking pretty for them. But Australian teams don't take the Super League, the World Club Challenge game seriously. I really hope the Broncos do. It's a bit of a win-win for a lot of Australian fans. Cowboys will get this ball back in their end goal. It's a bit of a win-win in the sense that 10 minutes to go here, guys. Hit that like button and subscribe. Win-win in the sense if the Broncos win, Australia wins. If the Broncos lose, then it's the Broncos. So it's a bit of a win-win for a lot of Australian fans. But I would expect that the Broncos should win that game very, very well. But we're very well aware that Australian teams never take the World Club Challenge game seriously. Anyone can win it, but the Knights, they haven't won anything since a meat tray in Cessnock. That's true. That is Brad's spot on there, and it's good that it's funny that Brad said that immediately after Brenton timed him out before, who was a Knights fan. Brenton, he slapped you because you timed him out. But meat trays are pretty good, though. Panthers are away here at the 30, the 40, the 50, on the inside. The Panthers are going to score again here. The Panthers are going to score again here. The comeback's on. The comeback is on. Kean Skips will score. Kean Skips with a try time for the Panthers. They've run the length of the field. So the tries for the Panthers today, Jesse McLean, Gira Lydiard, and Kean Skips. Sorry, Brenton, my condolences. For being a Knights fan, no, I agree. I agree. DJ Shacks is 60 points in 67 minutes. Ouch. We have seen 78 points scored in this game so far. We need one more try and we will see more points in the game than minutes. More points than minutes. $60 to 16. That'll be 60 to 18. Comeback's on. They only need 56 more points. No, sorry. They only need 46 more points. That's game well and truly back on. Well and truly back on here. Wow. And just a reminder, tomorrow the St. George Illawarra Dragons will play a full-strength team against the Rabbitohs, who will be in their first preseason game, like the Panthers here. Tomorrow's Dragons versus the Rabbitohs game could easily be the exact same thing. Full-time stories. This has been the issue with Cowboys the past seasons. Can't seem to close out games properly. Correct. 60 to 18. 7.5 minutes left here. 7.5 minutes left. If you come home with a meat tray or two, the wife doesn't get the shits as much because it takes time to win a meat tray. Meat trays are awesome. Especially if Paul Vaughan's in the household, he's going to cook up a good feed. All Stars is on Sunday, John. We've got Sharks Eels in a preseason game. I think that's after the All Stars game, though, if I'm not mistaken. So we've got Sharks Eels on Sunday. We'll be live for all of it, but Sharks Eels at Henson Park in Sydney on Sunday at 6 p.m. local, and 11:45 a.m. is when the mail. Oh, that's my time. I'll be 3:45 p.m. for you guys. No. Yeah, 3:45 p.m. is when the Multiverse Indigenous All-Stars starts for you guys in New South Wales. These last 20 minutes have felt like an hour. Ibrahim, this game has felt like a very, very long time, yes. We love our rugby league here, guys. You know it. We love our rugby league, but this has been just diabolical today. We can use Luke Brooks' barbecue from West and cook up the snags in the meat tray. Well, we need Paul Vaughan to be the cook. We'll take the Luke Brooks barbecue from West, and then we need to have Lachlan, what's his name, from the Bulldogs, bring the speaker, bring the stereo system. What was his name again? Lachlan something. I can't remember his name for the life of me right now. But the guy who stole the stereo system from the Bulldogs. Imagine having as much money as he did and couldn't buy a stereo system. Lachlan Lewis, there you go. Yeah, Lachlan Lewis is the one bringing the DJ booth. Just has to steal it. 6 minutes to go of the game. 6 minutes to go. Oh, referee just said you can take him at the back. Don't know if I agree with that one, referee. Get Munster to bring the piss. Isn't he on a no alcohol binge? Isn't Money on the no alcohol? I think that's what he was saying on his podcast. I can't remember. 6 minutes left. Please let there be at least some good games tomorrow. If we have 4 straight games that are just absolute fizzlers, it's going to be a slog. It's going to be a slog. Third tackle at the 45. And Matty Lodge, good run. Here's the Cowboys again. They're 30 metres out. Well, it doesn't look like the sexy 70's been hit. But, no, you'd need too many tries for the hunch. I mean, like, a collective score hunch. First tackle. Panthers, good run from the dummy half here. Pushed away from a couple. Gets to the 20 on second tackle. Does anyone think there's even a chance of a good game tomorrow? Like maybe Warriors Manly? Let's have a look at these lineups for Warriors Manly. Lekahara Seamers in the centres alongside Ali Leotau. Tanner Boyd in the halfback. Wade Egan 9. Warriors have a half a decent strength team. Aaron Clark, Kurt Catewell. Half a decent strength team. For Manly, they've got... Oh yes, Manly, because you've got the luxury of not playing any stars. They've got literally no stars in their back line. Joe Walsh is coming through, but you understand why he's the 7. They've got Brandon Wakeham as the 9. God help us. Oh yeah, Manly, you're the ones with the luxury of not playing a full strength, not playing any players. Like, come on, you're not going to play anybody, really? Really, Seabold? You're not going to play anybody. Lovely. Lovely stuff there from Seabold. Tigers Roosters game. Yeah, Bulldogs Knights could be well, it's the Knights though. Hold on. It's the Knights though, Ibrahim. Not this Monday, but next Monday, John, I'll be putting out a full 1-17 prediction for who I've got in my ladder positions, mate. 4 minutes to go of this game, guys. But Bulldogs Knights at least has 2 full-strength rosters. Oh, boy. And then for the Tigers, they've got also, like, nobody playing, dude. You don't have that luxury, Tigers. Oh, my gosh. They've got nobody playing. And then for the Roosters, they've got Rex Bassingthwaite as their fullback. Zavala at least in the halves. Tommy Talau in the centres. Junior Tupou, Tigers and Dolphins, and now Roosters. Whitmore. And that's a try for the Panthers. The Panthers will score again. Wow, a lot of points scored in this game. A lot of points scored. 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go of the game. And it's 60-22. Deary me, there is a lot of tries scored in this game. A lot of tries scored. Just a quick ball into the line. And Keon Skips with another try, by the way. That'll be his second try of the game. Keon Skips. The 5'8" gets it done. For the Roosters, they got like Nat Butcher, you know, Siwa Wong, Savala, Tupo, Tommy Talau, Benai Uelu. No one really. So that Tigers Roosters game could be a fizzler. Knights Bulldogs is again quite full strength for both teams, and then Dragons Rabbitohs. That is a Dragons are playing full strength. Rabbitohs are playing nobody. 2:24 to go. This has felt like an absolute age. This last second half. This second half has felt like it's gone on forever. Forever. I just saw Daz's comment on my Instagram post. And they will put it over. So 60-24 with 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go here of the game. I feel like the Panthers have won the second half. No. 24 points. The Cowboys were at 44, so 16. So 24-16 Panthers second half. No. Am I incorrect in saying that? Well, Keon Skips has at least shown a little bit of something here for the Panthers today. It's going to be nice watching us put the dogs to bed tomorrow. Do us a favour, Brenton. Do us a favour, mate. I'm here for the favour. Big fan of the favour. Cowboys, kick it off. Can you believe it? We've still got 2 minutes to go here. Oh, no. He's put his foot over the... He caught that and put his foot down. This should be a dropout. Yeah, it is. They're going to confirm it, but he has put his foot... He's caught it and then put his foot down over the dead ball line. Yeah, 100%, bro. Nowhere even close. So Panthers drop out. Won't even go past... Will literally go backwards 5 metres. Literally backwards 5 metres. A minute and a half to go here. About 2 hours and 15 minutes until we're live for the next game. USA Netherlands. Ew. Can they put one more pass in with the Cowboys? They're 5 metres away. First tackle. End the game in style. Sonny Luke. It's been decent. And this should be a try. That might be held up. Might be a try. He's going to call it a try. 64-24 with a kick to come. Yeah, nah. Sure, I'd throw in a bit of a nah, yeah. But 64-24. Thomas McKaylee will score. McKaylee will score. They're talking about him on a try drought. I'm not counting the preseason for try droughts. I'm not doing it. Does the ball actually hit the ground, though? Look at McKaylee, man. So inspirational. Yeah, Titans legend. Oh, I would have liked to have seen a different angle. I feel like his own arm might have been underneath that. But please don't use the bunker to check it because the game's over. Let us have a rest. Yeah, try confirmed. Here we go. You can't even see where the ball is. I feel like if he had called it a no try, you could have made the argument that it's right. But because he's called this a try, here we go. This angle might show it. Yeah, you're just assuming the ball touches the ground. I actually don't think that touched the ground. But there was never going to be a... There was never going to be a change there. 13 seconds left. Don't bother putting the clock stopper. Come on. There we go. 66-24. We'll have one final kick here. One final kick of the ball. Longest NRL try droughts. Thomas McKaylee, 89. Thomas Kant, 22. Jacob Alakwinki, 18. Tony Sukar, 16. Peter Holler, 16. Matt Lodge, Dally M. It's going to be pretty hard to break through Count and Kenny's Dally M, Brad. Come on. Count and Kenny's clearly the Dally M, Brad. Don't be silly. This is a serious channel, mate. Very serious channel. Gen X? I don't think you are Gen X, are you, Shauna? Didn't you say you're 50? That wouldn't be Gen X, would it? Because I'm Gen X, no? No, I'm millennial. Oh, I'm millennial. No, you might be Gen X. Maybe I'm just all over the shop mentally. Probably am. Yeah, I think I'm millennial and you're bloody Gen X, aren't you? Oh, that's a forward pass. But the Panthers will pick it up and they'll get away. Panthers might score one to finish off the game here. They get the ball across. And that's going to go back. And the Cowboys will pick it up at the 10. And that, my friends, is game over, man. Game over. 66-24 to the Cowboys. They will win the game, but if you're a Panthers fan, please understand this is pre-season. You didn't play a single player of your starting 17. And if you're a Cowboys fan, please understand this is pre-season. You played a team that didn't play a single player in that 17, and you played a full-strength roster. So, guys, that's enough rugby league here for today. Tomorrow, we will have 4 games that we will be streaming, which is the Warriors versus Manly, Tigers versus Roosters, Knights versus Bulldogs, and Dragons versus Rabbitohs. Sunday, we've also got the Sharks, Eagles, and the Māori versus Indigenous game. But don't forget, tonight we will have USA versus Netherlands in 2 hours' time. And then tomorrow, after all 4 games, we've got South Africa versus New Zealand. And then on Sunday, after the Rugby League, we will have Pakistan versus India in a big one there. But all right, guys, I'll see you in 2 hours' time if you're on for the cricket. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow for the Rugby League. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. See ya.